Thank you, Colleen, for that report. The People's National Party says it will be hitting the road for weekly tours and meetings to garner support for its councillor candidates in anticipation of the local government election. The party says it will be holding meetings twice weekly with the councillors and councillor candidates and the campaign teams parish by parish. General Secretary of the PNP, Dr. Dayton Campbell, says the initiative is to allow the party's leader to touch base with the people on the ground. Jamaica's next local government election is due by the end of February 2022, but Prime Minister Andrew Holness has stated that the elections will not be held during the 2021 calendar year due to COVID-19 concerns. However, the PNP and the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, have agreed to participate in political debates to be organized by the Jamaica Debates Commission ahead of the nation's next local government polls. The party says the upcoming tours will not only prove beneficial to the political organization, but also to the prospects of its leader, Mark Golding. We go now to tonight's COVID-19 update. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 42 new COVID-19 cases and 6 additional deaths, increasing the local infection total to 89,788 and the death toll from the virus now to 2,293. The deaths occurred between August 8 and November 7, 2021. The deceased are 2 males from St. James aged 80 and 82 years, 2 females from St. James aged 65 and 76 years, a 75-year-old male from St. Catherine, and a 53-year-old female from St. Thomas. The new cases comprise 22 males and 20 females, ranging in age from 24 days to 108 years. In tonight's COVID-19 update, the cases were recorded in Clarendon with 4 cases. Kingston and St. Andrew recorded 16 cases, St. Catherine 11 cases, St. Thomas recorded 5 cases, while St. Mary, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Portland, Trelawney and Westmoreland recorded 1 case each. In the meantime, 155 additional persons recovered from the virus in the last 24 hours, increasing total recoveries to 59,473. Continuing with the news tonight, Tax Administration Jamaica, TAJ, in partnership with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, continues its vaccination drive at the St. Andrew Revenue Service Centre Constant Spring Office this Friday starting at 9 a.m. In a statement released today, TAJ said that the vaccination drive is geared towards not only staff but also their family members and the public in getting their first and second doses of the AstraZeneca, the single-dose Johnson & Johnson, and the second dose only of the Pfizer vaccines. TAJ said it showed support in the call for organizations to support the country's vaccination efforts when it recently hosted a Family Day vaccination blitz at its corporate office, as well as vaccination drives at the Port Boar and Spanish Town tax offices. For additional information, persons may contact Tax Administration's Customer Care Center at 888-TAX-HELP, that's 888-829-4357, or visit the website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. Still making the news tonight. Effective today, November 9, 2021, Jamaica began the administration of the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine to children 12 years and older. The rollout will take place predominantly in schools. The ministry, meanwhile, is continuing to administer the AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson vaccines to persons 18 years and older. Members of the public are being encouraged to get vaccinated to protect themselves from severe illness, hospitalization and/or death associated with COVID-19. Up to 8:30 p.m. yesterday, November 8, a total of 1,010,500 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine had been administered. Of that number, 555,649 were first doses, 398,693 were second doses, and 56,158 persons received the single dose. To become vaccinated, members of the public are encouraged to visit a vaccination site close to them. Details on the sites can be found at vaccination.moh.gov.jm. Still making Mellow TV news tonight, Seprod CEO Richard Pandohie says the company is recovering strongly despite a major loss following a fire in October. Here is Colleen May with more on that story.
CEO Richard Pandohie said the Seprod Group is recovering strongly despite a major fire that swept through the Newport West warehouse and offices of Seprod on October 9.
So 3 Saturdays ago, we had a major disaster everybody know about with the destruction of our major merchandising warehouse and office space at Newport West. Since then, just everybody has just rallied in an amazing way. Our staff has rallied, stakeholders have rallied, and our consumers have rallied around us. And today, we're actually in a much better position than then. We have leased an amazing warehouse from the Port Authority of Jamaica, thanks to Professor Sherman and his team. We are still in progress with building our own warehouse. It was started a year ago, slated to be complete in another 3 to 4 months. So all in all, we have been recovering well. In fact, the first Monday after the fire, our route trucks and our trucks were out delivering. In terms of supply of goods, the locally manufactured goods of our factories have been ramping up to fill the supply chain pipeline, the pipeline that have been left decimated by the fire. Our partners and our principals from other locations, Brunswick Sardine, for example, have just been shipping, trying to help fill the pipeline. So overall, yes, there will be some space on the shelf where you would not expect it to be, but we're filling those spaces very quickly. So we're recovering strongly. And consumers should not be worrying about their food supply or if there's or Jamaica going to be out of food or short of food. That's not the case at all. You may have a little bit of the usual stocking you'd hope to have all the time, but we are supplying and we are filling the pipeline very quickly. Don't worry, Jamaica, don't panic. Your Christmas will not be spoiled because of food issues.
As a result of the fire, Mr. Pandohie says they have ascertained a new facility that provides the opportunity to run productions on a 24-hour schedule.
So in addition to finding a great location here at on the port practically, it has allowed us the additional space that we needed to recover and to replace what we lost. But it's given us the opportunity to run 24 hours operation. So we're running 24 operation because we want to use velocity to get our goods to the consumers to refill the pipeline as quickly as possible. So everything is happening. The containers are coming in, factories are producing, and the distribution center is running 24 hours to get our goods back out to the shelves and into our consumers and as quickly as possible. Initially, we had some issues with our cold storage product like the craft cheese and the meats. Containers arrived last week, offloaded, are in the trade today. So we are moving really quickly, and we have been really thankful for all the support. This has happened during the worst possible time, global supply chain crisis.
Mr. Pandohie said that the damages and loss suffered in relation to the fire will not affect the pricing of goods.
In terms of pricing, will the fire affect the pricing? The short answer to that is no. What has affected pricing to date have been changes in commodity pricing, globally raw material pricing and shipping costs. I believe we're at the peak end of those, and we're anticipating that going forward prices will start, softening and coming down. And we have said we have not passed on all the price increases. We have absorbed some of that because we're in this for the long run. 90 years in business, we're standing by our consumers in this very difficult period. But there'll be no impact on pricing as a result of the fire. Absolutely none. Consumers are going through a very difficult time. Many people have their personal economy affected by this lack of employment during the pandemic. Now it's great that Jamaica is recovering very fast. We just saw a report that the tourism sector in Jamaica is one of the fastest recovering industry in the world, in tourism industry. That's great news. Congratulations to Minister Bartlett and his team. I think, we saw another result from the Ministry of Finance saying that we are now back to below 10% unemployment. So there are strong indicators that recovery is happening in Jamaica. But until we get the full recovery, we have to make sure that all of us are in this together and help our consumers to get through this, because without our consumers, we have no business. So we want to stand by our consumer, and hopefully they'll reward us in the future when they remember that we stood by them during the most difficult period.
Reporting for Mellow TV News, I'm Colleen May.
Thank you, Colleen, for that report. Continuing with the news, the Jamaica Defence Force JDF is advising the public and residents in and around the National Heroes Circle area that the JDF will be conducting military rehearsals and ceremonial exercises using ceremonial explosives in the vicinity of the National Heroes Circle on Thursday, November 11, 2021 at approximately 11 a.m. The explosions are part of the annual Remembrance Day celebrations and will in no way pose a danger to lives or property. The annual Remembrance Day service and parade is conducted worldwide to commemorate and honor military personnel who died in the line of duty during World War I. The celebrations will conclude on Thursday. Members of the public may contact the JDF at telephone 876-960-8776 in the event that unexploded ordnances or paraphernalia are found. And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mellow TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley Ann Hill. Do stay safe and pleasant viewing.